Hello, everyone. We're back for a market recap. We're going to go over what's happened the past couple of days that we've missed, and then we have some current news, even some stuff happening right now. We'll be going over that. We'll wait for some people to join. While we wait for that, we can go over the giveaway. You can see at the top. So we currently are at 45.1K subscribers. We should be hitting 50K very soon. So when we hit that, we should be doing a large giveaway on our YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. We should be posting a video around there. And then also I will pull up our task on. We have a second giveaway also. This giveaway has been going for a while. We've been updating this. On taskon.xyz/blockchain academics. I can drop the link in the chat. We've been running this campaign for a couple months now. It will continue to go for I believe like 7 more months. We've been topping this up every time it's ended. This incentive has just ended, but we'll be putting back up. It was about 200 USDT giveaway. So now we're gonna top it back up. All you do is completely free. You go to taskon.xyz. Go find our account here, Blockchain Academics, our campaign, join it completely free. All you have to do is make an account. And then if you farm some of these, you can farm some of these simple tasks. Like a lot of these, you take a couple seconds, like follow the Twitter. You're probably already doing most of these, so they're just free points. You can farm these points, and then you join the giveaway. But yeah, that's a free, another free type of giveaway, and then naturally we're gonna do one when we hit 50K. So tune in for that. So let me go to some news. I have some news here. We could first jump into this. We'll watch this. We'll go over this a couple more times during the stream. But actually, before we do this, we'll just go over the market structure. So here is the Bitcoin price. We are currently today down 6% almost from 90K. We bounced from 80K with a wick all the way down that hit 80K. It was looking good. We came up, hit 90K. Now we are back down to this 85 range. We're sitting right under 85, seeing if this can hold as a support. But yeah, we're playing around here. Big dip today. The whole market's dipped, but we'll see how we play these levels until a year end. Obviously, we have it is December 1st, so we'll see how we play by year end. We'll see how December plays out, see if we can come back up, play around all-time highs again, or if we'll continue to stagnate. But yeah, so same kind of situation. Obviously, when Bitcoin's down, the whole market's down. Like, here's the total market cap, total crypto market cap down to $2.85 trillion. We passed right under 3 trillion again. But yeah, same thing. Ethereum down to 2739. So everyone's pockets are hurting, but we'll see how it continues to play out for until year end 2026. But yeah, we could jump into some bullish news. Obviously, everyone likes some bullish news. But here's Tom Lee again on CNBC predicting Bitcoin could hit a new all-time high in January. We'll see. A lot of people are not bullish. Sorry, let me fix this. Not bullish, but we can see here. We'll play this. It's just a minute-long clip. 1 second. Let me make sure my audio is working.
Do you think?
Here we go.
Do you think you'd be happy with 100 if it got back by the end of December, wouldn't you?
Yeah. In fact, I think it was looking good, like you said, over the weekend, and then we got a decline. Sorry. Maybe because the Bank of Japan looks hawkish. But I don't think the 4-year cycle. I don't think the Bitcoin high is in place. But you're right. We were too optimistic about this happening by December. But I do think Bitcoin can make an all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models, the discounted cash flow models like AI models, but it hurts crypto models too. So if we have a dovish Fed, that's really a tailwind.
Yeah. So predicting that we could hit a new all-time high by January. Obviously Tom Lee being one of the most bullish, next to Michael Saylor, but I know Tom Lee has just bought a lot more Ethereum. He's very bullish on ETH. We'll see how it comes in the next coming months. But yeah, he's predicting a new all-time high by January, which is obviously everybody's would love to see. We'll see how that continues to go. If we can see a bounce back up to right here. Here's this red line right here is 100K. See if we can come back, push through 100K at least by month end. That would set us up nicely for January. But yeah. Here's just some general news for today. Bitcoin dumps, crypto stocks tank. Bitcoin fell 5.4% today. Yeah, it's sitting about like almost 6% right as of now. Dragging crypto linked stocks as Coinbase plunged 5.2%. Mara Holdings sank 7.7%, and both BitBo and IBIT fell 5%. These are the ETFs, IBIT being the BlackRock ETF, the largest one. We can check the inflows and outflows. I always like checking the ETF, Bitcoin ETF inflows and outflows for the last couple days on CoinGlass. We'll switch this to full screen right here. To the side here. So yeah, you can see obviously there's the visual green being inflows, red being outflows. We had like one of our largest inflow days just not even that long ago right here. And this was on October 6th, with inflows of $1.19 billion of inflows. And then like all of like early October, late September was very bullish. And then obviously, I think it was October 10th, around there, we had the huge liquidation event where Bitcoin dropped a lot. Obviously, resulting in these kind of outflows. But recently, with these drops in prices, the Bitcoin outflows, like here, this day right here, this was recently, what was this? This is November 20th, had outflows of almost $1 billion of outflows in ETFs. This is the whole Bitcoin spot ETF inflows and outflows. So this is honestly one of the largest outflow days compared to this day right here, which is this February 25th. With this just hit $1 billion in outflows. But yeah, you can see a lot of outflows. Obviously, in the next coming months, if Bitcoin starts to stagnate, we should start seeing more inflows. People realizing what a good price Bitcoin is currently. But obviously, a lot of ETF holders aren't holding Bitcoin for the long run. A lot of them have just been seeing the crazy gains from the last year, wanted to jump on board after seeing a little bit of a drop. Paper hands selling instantly. I wouldn't say instantly, but yeah, you'll just see every time a lot of people are selling, there's a lot of outflows in the markets. Those inflows are just going to people who are long-term on Bitcoin, which is the smarter move, as history has shown. you can see, oh yeah, this is this chart here, what I like to look at. We've looked at this on stream a couple times. November Bitcoin returns has closed at 17.67%. Second worst November performance ever. We can go over this in detail. BTC. Pull this up right here. This is the monthly Bitcoin returns by percent for each month. So November has closed at minus 17%, 17.67%. So comparing to like even like the average of November was 41% gain. The median was an 8% gain. So it was looking bullish to see even just an 8% gain in the month of November would have been nice after the drops in October. October did just drop 3%. October was looking like a huge month. October has always been a huge month for Bitcoin, but you can see it is tied to like a lot of bearish a lot of the bearish news coming from the US and Trump, the tariff news, what dropped it during October. But even it just dropping 3% after all that bad news, that was a bullish sign. But yeah, 17% negative in November, and then right now, obviously, today we're down 6%, but currently down 4% for the month of December. You can see down here the average and median are just kind of are just low. But the average is plus 4%. The median is -3, basically almost 4%. So we'll see how it plays. If we continue sideways for the month, or hopefully see a pushback up to not all-time highs, but to at least 100K. You can see here if even a push for this month. Let me switch to the monthly chart. So this is the Bitcoin monthly chart, obviously. So we're down, yeah, about 6%. To see a push back up to 100K would be an 18% return, which is big. But we'll see how that how it plays out for this month. This is a big month for crypto, seeing where sentiment wants to go. But yeah, we'll continue here. December historically averages 4.84%. Yeah, basically what we were just looking. Averages 4.84% returns for Bitcoin. Are we about to see relief rally at the end of the year? Here you can see this is the Bitcoin seasonality chart, January, February, March. The only negative month historically being September. But yeah, you can see October, November averages are high, but we had both negative months. We'll see how November plays out. Hopefully seeing coming back to all-time highs, or not. I keep saying all-time highs, but I'd just be happy. Most people would just be happy seeing 100K by the end of this month. If anyone has any price predictions, drop them in the chat. We can go over some predictions unless you want to see something else. But yeah, this is the Bitcoin average returns. So we'll see how it plays out, because Q4, you could see like this Q4 is always the best for crypto. We've had a bad Q4 currently, so we'll see how it turns in, how it flips into Q1 for 2026. But as of now, I'm not too worried, obviously, with these dumps. If you're a long-term Bitcoin holder, every time there's some these sorts of drops, like I just go back to this, you could check even just the monthly chart. You could go on the yearly Bitcoin chart and just look at it, and it just makes sense. Like you can see these drops resulting in 600% gains. Like these gains are unprecedented. Like even if you jump to a quarterly chart, this is the quarterly chart, and then you could jump all the way to the yearly chart, and it just makes sense, you know. Like even like you can just see one red year, if you even count that first year, one red, one red, one red. They're basically almost averaging like three green years per red year. So obviously, you see Bitcoin in red is just a better opportunity to buy. So that's what I show people, but take it as you will. You can continue. Yeah, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy finally broke over 650,000 Bitcoin holdings, which is huge. Obviously, he has been stacking Bitcoin as this price has been dropping. He was stacking Bitcoin on the way up, honestly, like buying near all-time highs. Like you can just, it just shows how dollar cost averaging your Bitcoin is the best way to do it. Like if you're buying every month, every 2 weeks, every paycheck, like it just averages you out at the best price to buy, other than like, because if you just waited and you got into Bitcoin in the last couple months and you're seeing all these gains and you had $10,000 in savings that you want to invest, the comparing dumping that all into Bitcoin at like 100, 110, 120, 125 even at once, and then now we're down at 85K versus waiting per week, per 2 weeks, per month, and buying $1,000, $500, $100 at a time, depending on your like how much you want to invest. You're just going to average yourself at a way better price than everybody else. So obviously, MicroStrategy being the most successful Bitcoin holdings, you got to listen, you got to copy their strategy, and it'll always work out for you. But yeah, here 720 or 719 million Bitcoin and crypto longs have been liquidated at, as Bitcoin falls to 85K. This was a couple hours ago, so yeah, we're still currently at around currently at 84K, 84,800, so right under 85K. A lot of people, yeah, it's kind of tough longing in this position where you're on the way down and you're trying to perfectly time that bottom tick. And it's just tough because like you're like, because on the way down we hit 100K, we hit 95, we hit 90, we hit 85, we had a wick that went all the way down to 80. Like obviously trying to find that perfect balance and longing it is extremely hard. So if you're not used to these swing trades or even day trades, most likely you will get wrecked with everybody else. Yeah, so make sure you trade with precaution. 2025 was a wash for Bitcoin. The trend is still undeniably bullish. Yeah, this is basically what I was just talking about. This is from Altcoin Daily. This is what, yeah, the 12-month chart. Like you can see this, like you can see where the haters jump in, like right here. Bitcoin drops, the haters start laughing, but you can see these drops here. But even if you were like, this is the power of Bitcoin. You can see here, even if you were the worst time, like you are the worst at buying Bitcoin, you're not DCAing, you're literally buying the top each time. Boom, 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 and then boom again. You literally would still be in profit. Like year to year, even if there are these rare red years, you're gonna be green for the most part, or not even for the most part, like guaranteed. Obviously these, like, very little people have bought. This chart makes it kind of look very simple, but like even for like right here, this is like $1,000 Bitcoin, under $1,000 Bitcoin. These are like dollars, $8, $3, $1, but like obviously most people got into Bitcoin right here between 10 and 100K. But yeah, even if you're buying the top, you're always going to be in profit when bearish. That's a great question. We got people still bullish. Like we just watched this clip of Tom Lee predicting that Bitcoin could hit a new all-time high in January. Whether you want to believe that or not, we'll see how this month ends. If we can continue to slowly push our way back up to 100K, then if we end the year at 100K, this could definitely happen. But we'll see how December is. Obviously, anytime we drop even just a little bit, people are panicking. Yeah, Bitcoin did need a. We'll jump into we go back to the chart here. We go to the weekly chart here. You can see this, like when we barely hit for all-time highs here around like 125. Obviously, big correction here. A lot of people, and me included, was looking at this 50-week EMA as because you can see in the past there's been a huge support area for huge jumps. I had it literally mapped out perfectly here. You can see every time we hit that 50-week EMA, Bitcoin would jump. Like you can see 127%, 100%, 60%, and then like predicting another bounce on it would have put us at like another, like even just a 40% jump would have put us at like 140K. But obviously now we're broken underneath it. So this is a big correction. A lot of this is obviously prime buying opportunities. Michael Saylor's capitalizing here and buying as much as he can. But yeah, even like when you're looking at this in the long run, it just looks it just looks like normal. Like you can see even like these corrections. Like if you're comparing it, this is the 2021 bull run, 2020 bull run. Like you could see a similar thing. That's what's happening right now. Bitcoin hits all-time highs, 64K. It completely dumps. And like this dump, how long did it take? It started in October 12th, all the way to July. So, or April. Sorry. April to July. April, May, June, July. Yeah, this is the 50-week EMA. So you can see here. Obviously, I was mapping it out when, since it, because obviously you can see back here, but even in the bull run 2021, even this, if you count this as a bounce, you can see it. But since 2024, this has been a huge bounce. We're gonna go. Yeah, we'll come back, see how it touches it. But yeah, you can see like these are almost perfect bounces each time. It would obviously be a perfect story touching it again, launching us to 140. This was like being conservative, coming back up to 140. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me change it to this so you can see the price here. So first time it bounced off this EMA was at 26K. It came up 127%. You can see here. Then here bounced off at 50K, came up 100% to basically 100K, 109. Bounced again at 77, came up to all-time high or current all-time highs of 125. And then while I was watching it here, if we bounced off perfectly again, just following this pattern, obviously the jumps are going to be less percent because we're higher. What's the percentage drop from all-time highs to now? All-time highs to now, we've dropped, like if you hit that top wick to what we're currently at, current price, we're 32% dropped from all-time highs. So we'll see how we play it out here. Obviously we just hit, this is December 1st. We just hit the first of the month, last month of 2025. Yeah, honestly, a lot of new people in crypto are worrying, but like you look at this historically, like all these drops are just normal. But yeah, if we can push back up to 100K by the end of this month, huge, but that would literally put us basically back at the 50-week EMA. So you can see that, like, if you compare it to here's the 2021 bull run, you hit all-time highs. April dropped down basically, yeah, dropped by 50%. 50% drop down to 30K. Boom. At this point, most people who haven't been in crypto for a while, obviously a lot of new people joined crypto at this point are saying Bitcoin's dead, whatever, I'm selling. All these people are selling, and then a push all the way back to new all-time highs at 69K, which held for a while. That was 100% return. Obviously, we can't be obviously we could wish for 100% returns, but at these prices 100% would put us at 160K. But yeah, even just at 130K, that we have had this mark for a while, but we'll see how it ends up. Obviously, with we were looking at the Bitcoin ETF outflows, so like the ETF outflows, because most people who are buying Bitcoin through ETFs are generally used to traditional markets where you're swinging like 1%. Here we're obviously swinging much more than 1%. We're down 6% today, but yeah, people aren't used to it. So after most people are buying in at these huge prices, or like buying into the hype here at 100, 110, 100K, 110, 115, 120, and then they're seeing these drops and just not used to seeing these drops, and just panic selling. Obviously, if you're used to it, then it's a you just continue to hold because you believe in Bitcoin, because you look at this chart and it just makes sense. Like, it'll continue to perform. ETFs are going, governments are using it, countries are making funds left and right. Like, we could jump back to this. We could watch this video again. This is Tom Lee predicts Bitcoin. It's all-time
Ethereum
high
or
by the end
crypto.
of this year. Here, let me fix it.
So
Do you think you'd be happy with 100 if it got back by the end of December, wouldn't you?
yeah, in fact, I think it was looking good, like you said, over the weekend, and then we got a decline. Sorry, maybe because the Bank of Japan looks hawkish.
Yeah.
But I don't think the 4-year cycle. I don't think the Bitcoin high is in place. But you're right. We were too optimistic about this happening by December. But I do think Bitcoin can make an all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models, the discounted cash flow models like AI models, but it hurts crypto models too. So if we have a dovish Fed, that's really a tailwind.
Yes. All-time highs by as soon as January would obviously be some ideal scenarios, but if we know anything about Bitcoin, it can definitely happen. All it takes is a week. You give Bitcoin a week for sentiment to for market sentiment to switch and continue pushing up. Yeah, 100%. Everything's starting right now. We're seeing the shakeout. People are falling for it, but don't be the one panic selling, seeing your portfolio down 20%, or I guess you're just Bitcoin if you're just holding Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin fell 5.4%. Yeah, no, Trump's new chairman pro pump the markets. Yeah. Even like a week or two ago, they've been talking about revamping let me see if I can just find it. The White House, or just the US, revamping the let me see if I can find it. The financial system. if I can find that link. Twitter. Yeah. And then basically hinting towards moving it to a not a complete crypto fix, but it would definitely be worked into it. And if the US starts incorporating crypto into their financial system, because it hasn't been changed in years, that would be like one of the biggest things to happen in crypto. You know, see if I can find that link. Trump says, yeah, right here. Got it. This is on Reddit though. Right here.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Yeah. Like this last clip. Like
using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
Using
Who would have thought we
crypto.
would have been a century upgrade using
an upgrade, he says. But yeah, no, that in itself is huge. Even any sort of crypto change, crypto fix to the whole US financial system. We've already seen ETFs starting to boom. Like here we have the ETF inflows. You can just see obviously outflows have been high these last couple of weeks, or I guess last 2 weeks, since these prices have been dropping. But you can see the overwhelming inflows to outflow ratio of just people buying these ETFs through like IBIT, through the banks, so that they can hold Bitcoin here. Like total net inflows is 617,000 Bitcoin. Daily trading volume 600 million. Total net assets $122.51 billion. People are buying this through their bank, so they obviously a lot of people who are new don't want self custody and would rather just hold it through a bank than maybe even like through Coinbase or through a exchange. So people are starting to stack Bitcoin. They're starting to let people buy Bitcoin for their retirement funds, and just people are finally finding alternatives to just buying just what's it called, just like S&P 500 and just normal traditional stock and index funds for their future, and seeing, well, here's Bitcoin obviously the next has a brighter future than most companies and other assets, so you might as well start stacking it, with it being so easy to buy currently. We could refresh your Twitter, see if there's some new things going around. But yeah, it's it's been easier than ever buying crypto right now, buying the dip in 2025. This is accurate. It's just dangerous. Trying to time. I was talking about this. Trying to time the bottom is very hard. Like that's why so many people are getting liquidated in these longs, because they were dropping under 110, 100, 90, 95, 90, 80, 85 now, and people are trying to time the not the bottom, but time this dip to get a nice long to the upside. But a lot of people are just getting wrecked on these on this how volatile everything is, and just getting liquidated in these long positions. Yeah, we'll see here. Gold has been booming also here for, let me check. I don't really check gold too often, but oh, gold. Wow, you can see this chart. This is the weekly chart. If you go monthly, that's huge. 2025. Let me check the yearly actually. Wow, that's crazy. You can see this yearly chart. Bitcoin, or what he's saying, Bitcoin. Gold is up 61% this year. So if you got gold and you're trying to sell it, these are huge prices, but yeah, gold's booming. Continue. Yeah, Bitmine. So yeah, Tom Lee out predicting all-time highs in January. His the Bitmine has added almost $100,000, or no, 100,000 Ethereum last week, bringing his holdings to 3.7 million ETH plus 882 million in cash. Huge. He's been so bullish on ETH for so long. Bitcoin doubled yearly for 12 years. And Terra Capital's Dan Moorhead says Bitcoin is still a single-digit share of global wealth and could climb to $750,000 in 4 to 5 years.
When you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, since you started there, what do you think it ultimately lands at? And what do you think the window is right now for it?
Oh, you know, I've been saying this for a long time. It's roughly doubled every year for 12 years that we've been doing this. So I think it keeps doing that for at least a few more years. It's still a very low single-digit percentage of global wealth. So I think it could go up to 750,000 in the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. A lot of people, Michael Saylor,
when you look at the price of Bitcoin right now,
Michael Saylor alone's been talking about $10 million Bitcoin in the next couple of years. And people who are less bullish, even just saying it's a $1 million gain, or $1 million in the next couple of years is huge, which is 100%. But yeah, this is 750K in the next 4 to 5 years is huge. Obviously, this would play into the next bull run. Whether you think that Bitcoin will continue to work in this like cyclical 4-year bull run like scenario is up to you, because obviously Bitcoin has grown so much at this point. It's so like, but the problem is, it's like I've been saying how a lot of people have been saying how mainstream Bitcoin has became. Like, countries are buying this, funds are starting, people are buying so much Bitcoin to the point where, like, do we even see, obviously we'll still see these halvings push the price, but will they push the price as much as they will be, or will it just turn into like a slow rise asset, like the S&P 500 or these index funds that are growing 10% a year? Obviously Bitcoin being more volatile has more room to move, but if we shy away from this 4-year cycle, we can continue to see like to see just steady gains over the long term, which we already have, but like less dramatic with these moves every 4 years. But like he was saying in this clip, Bitcoin is still such a small percent of global wealth and global markets that, like, it still has so much to grow and overtake other assets. So you never know, honestly. 750 million USDC mined in the past 1 hour. Wow, that's huge. Ex-Coinbase advisor favored to replace Jerome Powell as Fed chair. Wow, that would be huge. Ex-Coinbase advisor. Yeah, gold's market cap. Well, let me check that actually. Here we go. This one right here. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Largest companies by market cap. Or no, top assets by market. Assets by market cap. Oh, Bitcoin's going to pass the market cap. Yeah. But let's check these market cap. Here we go. This is the normal one. Gold's market cap, $29 trillion. Nvidia 4.3, Apple 4.1, Google 3.8, Microsoft 3.6, Silver 3.3, Amazon 2.5, Broadcom 1.8, Bitcoin 1.69. We can see, I want to see how much, I always forget the top. Go to Bitcoin. Actually, this is total market cap here. Total crypto market cap, top was like around 4.2, which would put it, 4.2 would be putting it right here at the third spot, which is massive. But if we just go to the Bitcoin market cap, Bitcoin's here. Let's check it on CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin's market cap $1.7 trillion. Let's check all time. By market cap, yeah, basically 2.5. So all time at the peak, we were about 2.5, which would put us right around between 6. Maybe taking Amazon 7th spot. So that's huge in itself. But yeah, no, it's huge. Go back here. But yeah, no, if X Coinbase advisors favor to replace Jerome Powell, that's huge. We need as much pro crypto in the US as possible. Obviously, being the US and China being the two biggest factors in Bitcoin. But yeah, if we can continue to push crypto into the financial system, it'll just continue to benefit everybody. Latest strategy says if Bitcoin ends 2025 between 85 and 110 and it expects fiscal 2025 revenue of about $7 billion to $9.5 billion and net income of $5.5 billion to $6.3 billion. Wow. See where we end up. Obviously, like I said, ending up around 100K is definitely good situation. Great time. Poly market now shows 90% probability of a 25 BPS Fed rate cut in December. How might this shift shape Bitcoin's momentum heading into 2026? We'll see. I was gonna check something. I was forgetting. Maybe I'll remember. Bitcoin falls below 84K. I think we're currently at 85. We're back up over 85. It's nice to see. Odds of President Trump selecting Kevin Hassett to replace Jerome Powell as Fed chair rises to 63% on Polymarket. Polymarket's always been a good indicator of what's gonna happen. Obviously, could be wrong, but Kevin Hassett. Yeah, Kevin Hassett, the X Coinbase advisor. That's huge. But yeah, 60%. Obviously, most people on Polymarket are pro crypto anyways. So obviously hoping for this, but 63% is pretty good, really good on Polymarket. Polymarket has continued to show how accurate it is and how big it's just been growing more and more every year, every couple of months. The same clip.
An all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models.
All-time high by January. Everyone get ready for some high some new all-time highs. Obviously hoping for that, but we'll see how it continues to play out. If anyone has any price predictions, drop them in the chat. We can talk about those. We can't go over the giveaway actually. At the top of the screen, you'll see we're at 45.1k subscribers out of once we hit 50,000 subscribers, we'll be running a giveaway on our YouTube channel, and so that wait for that. That should be very soon once we hit 50k. And then also we have our task on. You go to task on, I'll drop the link in the chat again. We've been running these giveaways for a couple months now, and we'll be continuing for a couple more months. This one just ended, so we should be topping this up with another 200 USDT giveaway. All you have to do is completely free. Go to this website, taskon.xyz. Go to our community. It's completely free. Just log in, make an account, and then you just do some of these tasks. They're very simple. Reply to tweets, like our tweets, subscribe to our YouTube channel, visit our web page. It's very simple. And then you can have a chance to win here. These giveaways continuously go before our YouTube one. We'll be doing it when we hit like 50k. So tune in for that. I keep seeing this tweet. I wish I had kept my 1700 BTC at 0.06, so 6 cents, instead of selling them now. Instead of selling them at 30 cents. Wow. Now they're at $8. If only he knew. If only he knew. How much is that worth? Whether this is fake or not. Yeah, 100k first, then 117 after, then all-time high. Yeah, that's generally, I agree with that. I hope we'll see, obviously 100k being like a iconic level for Bitcoin. We'll see how it plays around 100k. It might hit 100k, play around it for a while, and then jump up 117. I was hoping for all-time highs this cycle to hit like at least like a nice, like being not crazy bullish, saying it's gonna hit 200, 300, 400k. Like some people, like even just 140k Bitcoin is a nice level for most. Obviously, most people would love it. Yeah, fake outs on the way out. You gotta get used to these fake outs. Most people are used to it. That's why most people who have been in crypto for a while have not haven't been panicking. But yeah, I just want to see how much this guy's Bitcoin, like whether this is fake or not. 170k, even not right now at 85k. He'd have 144 million. A casual 144 mil. Obviously, nobody would diamond hands this long with that much money. Obviously, maybe sell some out. 130k was my arrangement for the longest. 150k, like a 130k target. Before my like a year or maybe a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. No, I think it was probably a year and a half ago, before Bitcoin started pumping, probably when we were at like 80k, and we were hitting the bull run just started, maybe the halving just started. Obviously you want to pre-plan when you're gonna sell. I was thinking, I put a target at 120k. I said, if Bitcoin hits 120k, I'll sell all my Bitcoin wait for it to drop, maybe buy it back at like 60K. And then I was thinking, and then obviously when you're in the moment and you're seeing Bitcoin pump and all this bullish news, obviously you don't want to sell, but like that, not to say that would have been a decent plan, but it honestly would have. If we hit like a sell at 120, like, oh, that was almost perfect. Like, even if obviously I don't think, like, if I did sell everything at, if you sell everything at 120 and now we're at 85, honestly, at least buy with half of what you sold, because like 60K is a decent drop from here anyways. But yeah, this would be a nice 30% increase in your Bitcoin if that was the case. But it's easy to get lost in the bullishness. You need to be a robot with no emotion. Exactly. It's super hard. Like most people, like most beginners, when they're like you're explaining, like if I'm like teaching someone about Bitcoin and or just even any stocks trading, you talk about how emotions are literally the number one thing that stop you. Like most people will brush that off. That was me before I got into everything. Like you're like, what? Your emotions? Like there's no way you'll just make money buying buy low, sell high. But like it literally, it's true. Like it's like the hardest thing to get past because you're riding the highs of of all these gains. You see your portfolio going up. You don't want to sell because you don't want to miss on gains. And it's like even on the way down, you see it's going on the way down. Oh well, it'll go back up surely, and then you're just continuing to hope. But yeah, you gotta be a robot, like you said. It's hard to do. That's why the best people who are best traders are just they find their system. They find how trading works for them, and they'll just continue to just mathematically trade. Honestly, like you see these levels, this is a good opportunity, this good win rate for you. Ignore what your mind's telling you. Sell, don't sell. Stick to your plan, and that's the best way to continue, the best way to trade. Yeah. But yeah, see if there's anything new. These are the same thing. Rumors: Fed chair Powell reportedly stepping down today at 7 p.m. EST. Insider says it'll happen during an emergency meeting. I don't know. I feel like we've seen this a lot. Believe it when you see it. Believe it or not, crypto helped me get my IQ up. And then yeah, 100%, bro. It's such a psychological game. Like you're basically trading against yourself. Like you see these games, it's like the simplest way to look at it. It's like if you're in like for I guess for like day traders, it's like you'll enter a trade and you'll say this is a good. Oh, if I make whatever percent, I'm out. And like beforehand you're saying it's a good trade, but in the moment you hit that take profit and you're like, dang, I kind of want to stay in this trade. Like the greed just consumes you. So like to stay, you just have to find your plan, you stick to your plan, and like that's the mental toughness there. It's like you make your plan beforehand, and like you just gotta stick to it no matter what, because like you for like a price prediction for Bitcoin, you get to your target, and then you're like, you look around, you look on Twitter, you're talking to people, your friends, and then people are saying, you got Michael Saylor saying Bitcoin's gonna hit 1 million, you got people saying we're going 150 180K. But you gotta stay stuck to your plan, because like at the end of the day, making profit on what you planned but missing out on a couple extra percent, whether that be 10% or 20-30%, is infinitely better than riding it to the top, then riding it back down. Yeah, no, 100%. But it's just why you didn't do good. Yeah, no, that's a lot of people, and me included, obviously. There's been huge trades that people I've fumbled just watching it go to the highs, watching it go to the lows. Like you gotta take a step back and then realize like like this was my plan to begin with, and like the risk outweigh like the security of cashing out outweighs the risk of it going higher, because like I said, at the end of the day, you're up 50% on a trade, maybe, let's say, and it's way better to cash out at 50 and watch it go to 80 than actually be in it when it hits 80, then drops to what, 20, and then you cash it and you're like, wow, if I stuck to my plan, you would have consistently, obviously you'll lose at some points, but in the winning trades, so you'll consistently do well, even if you're not, because like there's nobody who can time who can time each top perfectly and hit the perfect trades. So you got to take what you can. Yeah. We'll see here. Strategy has added 130 Bitcoin for $12 million, taking its holdings to 650K. Yeah. Seen that. Crazy though. Another crazy stat. If you look at the top 100 companies who holding Bitcoin, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy holds more than the 99 under him, because I think the top 100 hold about exactly 1 million Bitcoin. He owns 650K, literally 65% of the top 100 top holders, or top company holders. It's crazy. He got in, not even that he got in early, he just found he believed in Bitcoin and has just continued to believe in Bitcoin, and it's just continued to pay off for him. I can pull up his MicroStrategy buys. Here we go. Here, check this here. You can see this is MicroStrategy's acquisitions. Each each dot here is a Bitcoin buy. You can see obviously they got in as early as like 2020 at 10K. Like here buying 21,000 Bitcoin, but like you can see even like they're buying the most at the tops. Like I was saying, even if you buy Bitcoin at each top, you're still gonna be making money. Like you can see, like this is literally the top of all tops. MicroStrategy acquired 220 Bitcoin for $27 million at 123K. And it doesn't matter because he's just continuing. Bitcoin will continue to do well, and their buys will continue to benefit them. Like this is MicroStrategy acquired 130 Bitcoin at $11 million, 11 million 89K. Like they're seeing these buys, and like you'll continue to see this continue to push, and you're gonna say, dang, I wish I did what MicroStrategy did, obviously at a lesser scale, but yeah. Okay, so it's been about an hour. So yeah, this is my first stream back in a couple days. So I'm gonna keep this at about an hour. So I'm gonna end it off here. I will continue to go live. Hopefully, Monday to Friday. It should be live tomorrow around the same time. So make sure check in if you guys want to go over some market sentiment. But yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, and then we're gonna be pushing the YouTube, pushing some videos out, and then for the next couple months, we'll be pushing a lot more videos out. So long form will be booming, and then we should be hitting 50K, and then right on our way to 100K in the next couple months. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you, Tito. I'll see you hopefully next stream. Have a good one. Nice talking to you.